Hey, hi, hello. I'm attempting to vlog for the, who knows, 90,000th time. It's birthday board date, April 15th. Nigel just popped out the sheets. This vlog is a romance reading vlog, but also this is my last week at my job. I've been wanting to quit this job for a long time and I kept putting it off. I had things to pay off and I had a later date, and then originally I wanted the date to be May 3rd, and then things transpired and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna suffer any longer. My last day is gonna be April 19th. That's this Friday. So, what a perfect time. Nigel, please stop licking your paws. Nigel, hey, stop. So I'm trying to vlog this week, both for posterity, for me and my memories, because this has been one of, if not the worst jobs I've ever had, especially for me mentally. But also because I'm just in a romance mood, and I was taking clips on my phone, but I realized I did it portrait, not landscape. Anyway, of me going on a search for books. So I'll insert that clip of me searching for the books that I'm going to be reading this week. And I'm hoping to get through, this is gonna be wild for me. I'm hoping to get through 4 romance books, which, just a romance, I feel like it's more doable, but still that means that I have to actually read during the week and not just lay in the bed and contemplate my existence while scrolling on TikTok. So anyway, I have to get ready. Nigel! It's like 7, I don't know what time it is. It's like 7:55. My work time to start is 8, but you know what? It's my last week, so I don't care. I need to wash my face, and I don't know how much of my days I will show, because especially working from home, they tend to be repetitive, but I'll show bits and pieces here and there along with updates about the books. After I show you the books, then I'll come back and talk about what book I'm going to read first. I also need to clear out space on my SD card. Anyway, welcome to the vlog, and welcome to my last week at this job. Woo! Pass Jessica, take it from here. I was on a mission looking for 2 books, the new Abby Jimenez and a book by Brittany Cherry. And you know we masking, still. So many bright colors, so many beautiful books, most I have no interest in. Okay, at first, I was thinking about picking up a couple books on this table. And you'll see that I hesitate, but I do come back. I keep seeing people talk about this icebreaker, but I don't know. I also feel like I've seen this, and it like sounds like I could have enjoyed it maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I know they ain't got this book by L. Ron Hubbard. The Scientology L. Ron Hubbard? Excuse me? So Brittany Cherry's book was one that I came for, and there was 1 copy. Score. I don't have interest in reading this, but what is this cover? This is hideous. I like whatever cover there was before. Look with me now. Do you see Just for the Summer, the new Abby Jimenez release? Do you see it? Because I had to look. And then I kept looking. And I looked again. Where is it? It ain't here. Okay, we're back. I'm thinking about it again. I think I'm gonna do it. But you know, Black people.
So they didn't have Abby Jimenez, so I went to Target to see if they would have it. I was so defeated. They didn't have it either. I had to order it online. Okay, bye.
So I have my computer right here. Don't look at my pills. I'm just taking a moment while I remember to take my medicine. So this is, like I said, my last week at work, right? I do claims. I don't know how many claims assigned to me already. And recently they increased, Recently they increased how many claims you're getting per day. So it's like 4 to 5 and we get more for the weekend. So I was like, it's my last week. I don't know why I thought they would just like let me finish up, try to close out, settle some of the claims that I have. I don't know why I would think that. Because guess how many claims I got this weekend? Guess. I'm gonna let you guess. 6. I got 6 claims this weekend and I will get 4 to 5 new claims every day this week. And then my last day is Friday, so they're just gonna have to be dispersed to other people. That doesn't make any sense, but neither does this job, and that's why I'm leaving. We're back in the cabinet. I say back because you were here once before. I don't think I've yet shown, I might have, so this might not be in here, but the books. But I have one that's on the way because I could not find it in the store. So originally I went into the store because the Barnes & Noble is not conveniently located to me, but we went out to brunch and I was like, oh, perfect. This is by the Barnes & Noble. So I was looking for 2 books, which one I found, which is The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry. Now, I haven't read anything about this author. I have some of her books downloaded from Kindle Unlimited, but I think, I could be wrong, but this is her first like trad pub, because this is by Source Books. And so like out in a bookstore. Trad pub, because I just saw like a TikTok or look at that, a TikTok maybe, look at that, was it a TikTok? And she was going and signing and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick this up. So I did. No idea what it's about. It just says, easy to judge a man because of his past, to look at Tristan and see a monster, but I couldn't do that. I had to accept the wreckage that lived inside of him because it also lived inside of me. Oh, interesting. Anyway, that one. Then the other one that I wanted, I can insert here, is not here yet because I had to order it because it was not at Barnes & Noble, it was not at Target. I couldn't get it at Target Pick, like neither locations of Target. No! But it's just for the song by Abby Jimenez because the last 2 books, the only 2 books I've read of hers, perfection, loved it. And I was like, I want this, I want it. And the library holds for it is like over 10 weeks and they didn't have a physical copy and I want it. I know that's not good, but I did. And I was like, perfect, well, I'll just make this into a romance vlog. Anyway, that one's on the way. And then the other 2 I got because I was like, these have been really popular. I have seen them a lot, and so I want to try them out in this vlog. So one is this Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, and I know there's already a second one out. Nigel's drinking water. So she's off limits, but he's never been good at following the rules. So this is a small town brother's best friend romance. Interesting. I don't know nothing else but that and this like vintage cover, vintage-ish looking cover. And then this one that I've seen a lot, and for some reason I thought this was like fantasy, but I don't think it is. The Butcher and Blackbird. The viral friends to lovers dark romantic comedy full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. So apparently it's 2 people who are like-minded pitch black souls who just happen to enjoy killing other serial killers. So from a small town West Virginia to upscale California, the 2 hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. Yeah, I thought this was fantasy romance. Apparently not. So I think I'm gonna start with Done and Dusted. Really, because it's just the shortest one, height-wise. They're all around the same page count, like 300-ish. This one's like 340. This one's like 320. And this one's like 346. So actually, this one is the shortest, but I think I'm going to start with this one. One of these. Anyway, it's time for me to make lunch. I gotta feed this baby. Say hi. Say hi, you big baby. Say hi. And then I'm gonna make myself some egg salad and put it on, I don't know what I got. I'm gonna put it on a bagel. Is that weird? Could be. I just gotta go with what I got. So yeah, I'm gonna make lunch. What a hectic day. So many fucking claims, so many calls. I'm like, I can't do all of this at one time. One person. Okay, that's my update. Does it feel nice? Nice scratch.
Our second walk of the day. I got some mail. I don't know what this is. Very excited. This one was trying to lunge at children. So, you know, I'm embarrassed. Come on. Free. Let's open this. I literally have no idea what this is. I hope it's something good. Come on now. Ooh. Did I ask for this? I don't remember. What is this about? I don't know. Ooh. A country divided by or between humans and witchers. Witches? Witchers. Venus hustles as a brewer making illegal love potions to support her family. Interesting. Beautiful cover. I don't remember if I asked for this or not. I don't think I do. Oh. The poisons we drink. Have I think I heard of this. Yo, I am so clueless. Ooh, I just love how that flapped open like that. Bethany Baptiste. Ooh, I wonder if this is good. Shout out to Source Books. Weaponize your love. Use it to protect you and those in your heart. It makes you brave to some and monsters to other, but not all monsters are monstrous. Ooh. I'm in the bed that I did not make this morning. I got a book. Nigel's on the floor destroying a toy. I'm going to put on an ambient room and get to reading, and I'll update you on Done and Dusted. Okay, you're on my pillow. Hopefully you can hear me. So I'm only 42 pages into this, and obviously this is like cowboy, cowgirly kind of thing. Miss Mams was living in Denver, doing barrel riding. Like, I know what that is, but I don't know what it is. And anyway, she broke up with her boyfriend, left, drove home to Wyoming. And this is a best friend or brother's best friend romance. And so her family has this big old ranch. And so she just came back home to the ranch. She has 2 older brothers, which one, so jealous because I always wanted an older brother. I'm the oldest. I always wanted an older brother. Like, I have a lot of male cousins who are my age and older, but I always wanted an older brother and I didn't have one. So already one's very protective and one's super loving. And so she said, Wes, and he goes, yeah, you didn't ask me why I came home. I don't care why you're here, only that you are. And I don't know, I'm just like, oh. Here's the thing about a romance is I care about the romance, right? I need that to be the primary thing, but the surrounding, the supporting characters and story are also important for me. And so hopefully, granted, I'm only on page 42, this keeps up with, we do get glimpses of her family, because I don't think I know. I yearn for close-knit. Okay, let's not. But yeah, so I'm having a good time so far. It's very early in, but I just feel like if it keeps going in this direction with the family, like, it's just gonna it might make me weepy, because I just love familial and friend love, platonic love. Oh. Okay, I just finished chapter 6, so I'm at page 66, and I need to get a bookmark because I need to put dinner in the air fryer because I'm already hungry, and it's 5:30. So yeah, still having a good time. And they had the two main characters, Emmy and Luke, had an almost kiss moment where I was like, and then they didn't. But it was a nice little tension. I don't know, I'm having a good old time so far. Obviously still very, that's Nigel, still very early, but I'm having a fun time in the done and dusted book. I was gonna say universe, that's not the thing. This is a Rebel Blue Ranch novel. So it's time for suppies. And I don't know, maybe I could get through a good chunk of these tonight. I am trying to read 4 books this week, which is a lot for me. I don't think I'll read all of this tonight, but I definitely think I can make it halfway. We'll see. Okay, we're back. It has been like an hour and a half. I got up, made dinner, we ate dinner, cleaned up the dishes, trash is out, scooped up some Nigel poops. Nigel was fed, teeth brushed. He had himself a little post-dinner snack on some grass. And now I'm back in bed to get back to this. So I'm getting me some ambiance on the TV, and I'm gonna get back to it. I'm looking ratchet, so I'm just gonna read this to y'all. He said, you know, if you don't like the road you're on, you can always pave a new one. Who said that? Robert Frost? Brooks smiled and shook his head. Dolly Parton. Ah, God herself. Amen! I know that's right. 5 stars. I don't know why romances make me like this, but I'm just like... They finally fucking kissed. Thank you, Jesus. It happened like maybe page 150. I'm on page 161 now. They finally kissed. And then they almost did some more, but god damn it. Her fucking brother. Cock blocker. So this main character has ADHD and she has sensory issues, and here come these men to interrupt my vlog. Come in, Nene. Come say hi. Come in. Come say hi. Don't put your booty in the camera. That's rude. Say hi. I can't even see. Are you in the camera, Bookie? Nene, say hi. She said, how could I tell someone that if I touched a piece of chicken while the music was too loud and I could hear somebody breathing, it would send me into a spiral? Relatable. I know that overstimulation. Oh, it's just like, yeah, I feel that. Okay, this is going to be a spoiler. I'm having a good old time. I'm kicking my feet in bed. I'm giggling, okay? God, let's run it back. She's at the bar with her best friend for her birthday in this great dress. She's looking fabulous. He sees her. Some dude's flirting with her, ends up putting his hand on her knee. He gets all mad. He has a history of being very rash, and so he jerks the dude up and he's like, you need to get the fuck out of my bar, because he owns this bar. And then he ends up, and the dude's like, okay, whatever, this bitch isn't worth it, like talking about her, and he punches him. He has a history of getting in bar fights. Punches this dude. The dude leaves, right? And his friends. He picks her up and throws her over his shoulder and takes her into the office. And I'm like, okay, I don't like this. And see, I like that she was like, what the hell's wrong with you? You can't just go around hitting people when they talk to me. This is the real world books, not a fucking romance novel. I don't need you to rescue me from a creep in a bar. And I'm like, yeah, now this, okay, if I was reading some fan fiction, or maybe for a romantic fantasy, a fantasy romance, I could be for it. But in real life, no, we can't be doing that. So now they're in the office, and he said, because she had come up to the bar earlier, and he's like, why'd you do that? Like, you wanted to get my attention. She's like, I was thirsty. And so it says, I snagged the bottle of whiskey that was sitting on the table beside my office door and pulled the stopper out with my mouth. Thirsty? Are you still thirsty, sugar? She nodded. Open your mouth. I thought, She opened immediately, and my already hard car. My already hard car. My already hard cock jerked at the sight of her open mouth, ready to take anything I gave her. I took a pull of the whiskey before setting the bottle on my desk, but I didn't swallow. I leaned into Emmy, my hand on her throat, still keeping her pinned to my office door, and spit the whiskey in her mouth. She swallowed. I was having such a good time. Why do we have to do this? Why did we have to do that? Hey, Nene. Yay, stinkabug. It is 9:40 and I finished. I cannot believe I finished this in one evening. Now, I was kicking my feet, giggling, happy, off to a great start. We was doing so good till we got to page 200. And that punch scene and the spitting the whiskey in the mouth. I feel like I need to sleep on my thoughts. Because I feel like the last 100 pages is like rushed and we got to love so quickly. I didn't hate it. I do think the sex scenes were real cringe. No Tessa Bailey. But some of it I was like, you know. I don't know. Right now I'm sitting at like a 3.5. I gotta mull on my feelings. And I need to read some other reviews to see if people put into words what I'm thinking. Didn't hate it. I really did like this for the most part. But I think my favorite parts were everything around the romance and not the romance itself. So then that's kind of like, you know, I just wasn't sold that they were in love. So I'm done and dusted. So I didn't show you. Maybe I will later, but I've been on a smoothie kick. So this is mixed berries, kale, Greek yogurt, chia seeds, and a little oat milk. All blended up, getting me some nice fiber. Nigel's out here for his morning poo. I'm weird and I follow him. Just want to make sure it's coming out okay. Good job! Yeah. So another day of work. I don't know why. So my manager was out yesterday, but he's back today. And he was asking me, you know, like my mailing address and stuff and like stuff they have to do for me leaving. And why do I feel guilty? Why do I feel fucking guilty? I don't know. My brain's weird. I'm just thinking that this time next week, I won't be working. Like, look at this. Look at the sky. It feels nice out here. The smoothie. I added some extra. I had some separate frozen strawberries that I added. And I think that really upped the game. It's tasting extra delicious today. And I'm like, wow. Next week I can really appreciate this beauty. Right now I gotta go back in and fucking get on my computer. Ooh, is it gonna rain again? Looks like good napping weather. I really don't understand how my shoes got this dirty and why it's only this part and not that part. I mean, do I wear them a lot? Yes, but how did they get this dirty? They also were the ones that kind of already came stained, like, or like vintage colored, whatever you want to call it. But like, how did they get this dirty? I don't know. Come on, Nene. But let me tell you what, I'm gonna wear them till they got holes in them. Oh. Too lazy to get my camera out. So I'm gonna make a protein coffee real quick, so I'll show you. Why not? It might be too much sometimes. Ooh. Ooh. Obviously, it's just milk and the powder. And so it has 18 grams of protein in the coffee, but also actual coffee. So it has like 125 milligrams of caffeine. And then obviously I put it in milk. Sometimes I use Fairlife. You can use whatever you want. I will say 2 days in a row, I put this in coffee. It was delicious, but it took me a long time to fall asleep. Okay, I gotta go back to work. I sometimes, mostly for the last couple of months, I've been working at my kitchen table. Sometimes I go in the room to get on my walking pad, right? Look how cute my little beverage bar is behind me. Fucking cute, right? Please look at my headset. So I had bought a separate headset. For some reason, it stopped working. And this is a combination of the 2 headsets that my job sent me. And so I lost the pad that went over this. So I took this off of one and it's just hooked on. This is what I'm doing. Nigel. Hi. Hi, papas. Anyway, it's 12:10 and I'm gonna actually think ahead today. So I'm preheating the oven for my lunchy, which is gonna be chicken pasta Caesar salad. These are my new fave. Shout out to whoever told me about it on Instagram. I forgot who. But these are so good and so much better for you than like Tyson nuggets. And the breading to chicken ratio is superior. So I'm gonna do these with, this is the current protein pasta that I have. I do not like Bonza. It has a weird taste to me. So I'm gonna do it with this and then like romaine, Caesar dressing, and Parmesan together so I get my protein, fiber, and carbs. I'm gonna do work while I'm making this and then I will be on my lunch. I don't even know why I'm caring since this is my last week, but whatever. That's what's happening. Second walk post lunch. A little earlier than normal, but I feel real full. So I was like, let's take a walkie. And it still hasn't rained yet. But it could. Did you have a good walk? Did you have a nice walk? Are you tired? Are you tired? Like he really said, he really spit whiskey in her mouth. Ugh. Hi, you were sleeping? Yeah, you were sleeping. You sleeping? You want a treat? You want a treat? Look at him. He knows. You want a treat? What do you gotta do? You want a treat? What do you do? Nigel, sit. Thank you. Okay, sit. Thank you. Hold on. Let me get you a little gentle. Good boy. Was that yummy? Is that yummy? Does anyone else who work from home just have all their dishes pile up and then you do them at the end of the day? Because when I first started working from home, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have all this time to cook and clean up my dishes. Nope. So I just piled them up throughout the day. And at the end of the day, obviously Nigel's drinking water. I emptied the dishwasher from last night, and then I put those in there. But this is pretty mild. I didn't have as many beverages today. But some days this gets cray. So I'm gonna do that. And it's time for my productivity sprints. So gotta turn on my dirty laptop. All right, we're gonna do a workout. I should be following my workout app, which I really do like, but it's called Stronger by the Day. And you can do gym, express, or body weight. I usually do express since I do have gym equipment, but it's really great at letting you sub in exercises. But right now I'm just gonna I don't really wanna work out, so I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm just gonna do some movement.
So I'm gonna put on some music. I am doing my first sprint. Look at this dog, y'all. Why he over there? His bed right here. He laying on the treadmill. Okay. I'm not gonna film this whole thing because no, but I'll film a little bit of it. I finished my workout. I'm very sweaty. I had patrons vote on my next read out of these two because I'm still waiting on my fourth one to come, and they voted on Butcher and Blackbird. So I will be starting that tonight after sprints. It's been a long day. It's 7:26. I'm just laying down to read. We've dinnered. Nigel teeth brush, went out to potty. Paws wiped off. Hydrocortisone spray on his little itchy paws. And I am starting Butcher and Blackbird. I looked to see if there was an audio and I didn't find one for my library or for Scribd, so I don't know if there is one. I feel like this is indie published. This is Zando Projects, which I've never heard of before. But I feel like this is indie or self-pubbed. Not sure. Oh wait, this says, oh, this is a playlist, but that's still cool. It has a QR code to listen to the playlist for Spotify or Apple Music. So that's cool. Oh, okay, look, content and trigger warnings. Said, as much as Butcher and Blackbird is a dark romantic comedy and will hopefully make you laugh through the madness, it's still dark. Please read responsibly. If you have questions about the list, please don't hesitate to contact me. And so this says eyeballs and eye sockets, amateur surgery, skin ornaments, chainsaws, axes, knives, scalpels, a lot of sharp objects, accidental cannibalism, not so accidental cannibalism, questionable use of a mummified corpse, lobotomized manservant, ill-advised use of kitchen implements. I'm sorry about the cookies and cream ice cream. I'm not really. Detailed sex scenes which include, but are not limited to, cock warming, rough sex, praise, kink, anal, adult toys, choking, spitting, dom-sub interactions, genital piercings. References to parental neglect and child abuse, parental loss not depicted, references to child sexual assault, not in detail. It's a book about serial killers, so there's some generally messed up murder and chaos. And then it says, for those of you who read the trigger warnings and said, accidental cannibalism, count me in. This one's for you. You know, I'm intrigued. So I will update y'all once I am, yeah, okay, we got a little prologue. I'll update y'all at some point. We got our ice cream cone here. So, Butcher and Blackbird annual August showdown, 7 days. Tiebreaker by rock, paper, scissors. Best of 5. Winner takes the Forest Phantom. Okay. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm only 2 chapters in, so I'm only on page 22, but I don't know if I love the writing style, but it's to be seen. I'm going to keep going. But this, like, so they meet, and they kill serial killers. Fine. They're at a diner after a murder, and they're talking about all the different murders they've committed at a public place. God, I look like shit. This is why I don't fucking vlog, because I always look like trash. Anyway, if you're gonna be a serial killer of serial killers, wouldn't you, I don't know, keep that to yourself? Because there's sure a fair amount of people. I guess maybe right now only 3 other people, but still, that's 3 more people that need to know that you are murdering people. Even if they're serial killers, like, the government's still looking for you. Why would you tell anybody? I don't care if they're your family or your best friend. Why would you tell them? They are too open, talking in a diner about all their murders, texting about it, talking about it on the phone. Also, we're only on page 34, and he is talking about
the murders with his brothers because he's so smart. And it's been a year because there's like a time jump from when they first meet. Now it's a year. They have not seen each other. They hung out at that diner and then they haven't seen each other in a year. And his brother says her name. And he says, "Keep her fucking name out of your mouth," I snarl. You don't know her. Why are we snarling? This is not off to a good start. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse if you have any snoring because there's a Nigel right here. So I reached page 100, which was very convenient that it was the end of a chapter. So I'm 100 pages into this, and let me tell you what, I am not having a good time. I read Friends to Lovers, dark romantic comedy full of murder, chaos, and sizzling chemistry. I'm not getting comedy. I don't find anything they say funny. I'm not getting any chemistry. There's some murder. I don't think I like this author's writing style. It's just like not going, it's not reading as smooth as I would like. I also find nothing they say funny. Like, I just am like, at least in Done and Dusted, I was having me a good hee-hee, you know? And this, I'm just like, turn the page. And so I started tapping some of the stuff that I just think is stupid. So I already told y'all how on page 34, he was growling about keep her name out of your fucking mouth. And at that time, he had only met her the one time, and it's been a year. And then there's a moment where they're back together in person, and she is like slips on her shoes to like run out, and he says, "What are you doing?" "I'm boobing boobily, Rowan." Chasing that motherfucker down. That's what I don't know. I just didn't find it, like, I don't know if that's like a dig at like how men write women, but like it wasn't funny. And then there's a murder. It's really him just beating this guy to a pulp. And he's like thinking of her because he's like, and I think of her face and I keep hitting him. And I'm like, I don't know. He's giving off the energy as if he's like known her for so long. Like they're deep in love. Like, I will kill for you. And like, you barely know her and you guys are acquaintances. They're calling each other friends. And I'm like, I don't consider this a friendship. You're an acquaintance who both like to murder. I guess that builds like instant friendship. Ooh, don't look at my hands. They're ashy. Shame. Again, she had come to his restaurant and then was trying to leave, and I guess she had like done a drawing or something, and so like the hostess goes to try to clean the table, and he's like, "Don't touch that fucking table." And then his brother is like walking to the table. He's like, "Touch that fucking table and I'll rip your goddamn hands off and use them to wipe my ass until the day I die." Like, chill out, bro. And then he's like, basically not stalking her because I guess she likes it, but he's like basically stalking her because he's outside where she lives and he's paying this kid to take her groceries and then watching her basically from outside, like Joe from You, and helping her like through the recipe but pretending like he's not there outside her house. I find nothing romantic, nothing, like, at one point she was like talking about how they met, which she was like covered in blood and guts or whatever, trapped in this place, and he let her out, and she's like, "But I remember him staring at my tits more than anything." I'm like, okay, like, I don't have a good feeling about this continuing. Like, I don't like anything the main characters I find are flat. It was insta-lust. I hate being inside his head. Nothing they do makes sense. This would be, when I picked it up, I thought that this was I thought this was a fantasy romance, and it's not. Because I'm like, this was in a fantasy setting, y'all could get away with a lot more. But the shit they're doing in real life America, to be serial killers is just crazy. They're just out here as if this just their hobby is just crocheting. Like I'm not having a good time. So I'm gonna stop here for the night, even though it's like 8:45. I just don't want to read any more of this. No. I might get on TikTok, or I might listen to a separate audiobook that I'm listening to that's nonfiction. I might actually do that and like color on my iPad. I haven't done that in a while because I need a break from this.
Good morning. It's Wednesday. It feels like it should be Friday, but whatever. It's 8:12. So I finally am up out of bed. Nigel's outside. He went potty. It's very humid out there. Ugh, already. But I just logged on. I'm so ready to be done. I was gonna show you my breakfast because I know you're like, ooh. Greek yogurt. One serving size of chia seeds is 2 tablespoons milk. We just get whatever. This is but then not a full, you know? So it's not a cup and a half. So I froze them. So I'll just throw 3 of those in there. I don't measure this, so I don't know how much. There's probably maybe a gram of fiber in this, maybe. But, you know. Oh, it looks so disgusting. With a little bit of water. Ooh, a little thick today. A little thicker than normal. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm gonna hard boil my eggs. Nothing exciting for you to watch because I hard boil them, okay? Whoa, no runny yolk. I'm gonna try to drink this down so I can put the remaining part on it and wash out my thingy. And then I guess I'm gonna do work. I'll see you later. Bye. You know what we love? We love a cry before midnight, before midday. We love that. We don't love it at all. Oh, I don't know the last time I recorded something. It's like 8. I don't know what time it is. 8 something. And I'm so tired. I haven't read anything today. It's been a day. I'm gonna attempt to read some of this tonight. I was hoping I could finish it tonight. I'm not doing that. I did record with Mara earlier, so I didn't go to bar. So I'll go to bar tomorrow. Unless I feel like canceling. I need to go. I'm paying for it, but I'm so fucking tired. Let's see if this stupid book gets any better. I am prioritizing myself. I gotta put me first, Lucius. I'm DNFing this monstrosity of a book. I don't know why I do these things to myself, but again, it was my bad thinking this was in a fantastical setting, which I think would really help this book. And
because I can suspend my disbelief. But in this, I cannot deal with it. I don't believe anything. I don't believe that you two are these people killing serial killers and you're just like these perfect and you don't get caught. And so you think about this, like Dexter, the show Dexter, but that's set in Miami, and he's killing bad people, right? He's a serial killer of other killers, but it's in his area. They're flying all over the United States. That doesn't make any sense. You are flying over the United States. You are telling other people about your murderous exploits, not just each other. They both have other people in their lives who know exactly what they do. They talk about it over the phone. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. These elaborate things, like she makes murder scenes all like sets up a web and all this stuff, blah, 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 plucks their eyeballs out, like makes a big scene after killing somebody and then like cleans it all up perfectly. I'm like, yeah, I doubt that would happen every time. Not to try to give too much credit to the police or FBI or anything like that. If they were ever trying to put together a case, let's not give them credit because no. But also I'm just like, I'm sorry, I cannot suspend my disbelief. And you're like, y'all have seen each other murder someone and send some text messages back and forth, and you're like, I'm really falling for her, I'm really falling for him, wow, we're best friends. And I'm like, and I think another thing that doesn't help is that there's time jumps because they are like having these competitions to see who can murder someone first. But then they spend like months separated. So I guess there's this evolution of their relationship that we don't see because we're just getting the time jumps. And so again, it's a lot of showing, or it's a lot of telling and not showing, like just things in their head, like talking through all of these things. And not actual chemistry on the page, not a touch of a hand or something, a lingering gaze. It's just all, oh yeah, I've been staring at her tits. Oh yeah, my dick is hard. Oh yeah. Like, it's just, that's how I felt about the relationship in Done and Dusted. While I loved everything else about that book, the relationship was the weakest part, and it felt like we were told a lot about their feelings and the evolution of their relationship instead of shown. And this is how this is feeling. I don't think this is gonna get any better. I still have a little bit over half, and I'm just not gonna do it. I don't like the writing. I don't think it's written well. Nothing is funny. Yeah, I hate this. I think if I kept going, I'd give it 1 star. So I'm gonna put me first, and I'm gonna say goodbye. This is why I should not buy books. Whatever, it was for this project. I'm just hoping my last 2 come in clutch, which I just have a feeling already they're going to be way better, especially because I've read Abby Jimenez before. But if you like romance that I like, don't read this. Don't do it. Anyway. Oh, okay. It's like 6:59. And so I stopped playing The Sims. Nigel, I had dinner. Nigel had dinner. Nigel, say hi. Say hi. Nigel, say hi. We both had dinner, and so now I'm gonna get in bed and read. For some reason, I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to work tomorrow. I do have to work tomorrow. It is my last day. Was it silly to be off the last day before my last day? No, I don't care. And I had those appointments. So, Nigel, please. Please. Anyway, I'm gonna read. And because last night I DNF'd this atrocity. So, where's the book I was gonna... Oh. So I'm going to start The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry. And I think earlier I said this was first traditionally published, like this was new. But I feel like this might not be new. And this might just be republished. I don't know. I need to look that up. I know this author has written a lot of books. But I've just always seen them on... Oh, yeah. on Kindle Unlimited, because this says the Element series, and I've heard of the Gravity of Us, so maybe this is just like a trad pub reprint. Yep, because this says copyright 2015-2024. Oh, okay. Well, happy for her. Hope all of them get into the bookstores, and I've just heard really great things about her romances, so I hope this is good. Again, I don't know, this is a contemporary romance, and it just says that I was warned about Tristan Cole. Stay away from him. People said he's cruel, he's cold, he's damaged. And it's signed, and there's this art in here. So, a haunting love story. Ooh. So this one is nope. What's that? Oh, in the back it looks like there's like some little annotations. That's cute. So maybe they did like art, okay, about 313 pages, and then an epilogue. So I'm gonna get started on that. Yep. Okay, so I was like, isn't this a Black author? And I went to Instagram, and she is. And so I thought this was a Black romance. And I know that's why you don't make assumptions. But when I kept looking at this art, I was like, wait, is he light skinned or is this a white? And so then I go to her Instagrams. This a white. This is white on white love. And I guess it's getting adapted for Passion Flicks. White people. White people. They're brown. But look, these are the main people. I mean, that's a white. Oh my God, I was bamboozled. I thought I was getting a Black romance. I mean, that doesn't mean it can't be good, but I literally was like, oh, and this is the author, so she is Black, so I just assumed. See, that's the trouble with assuming. Makes her ass out of it. Wow. Wow. Okay. On the back of the book, it says we were both empty. We were both looking for something else, right? So I knew this was there's going to be some trauma, whatever. But I'm on page 6. And we're in Elizabeth's perspective. She said, Mama became a whore after Dad died. Well, goddamn. Shit. There wasn't any other way to put it. Golly. Would you like to see my bookmark? It's Nigel's. It's Nigel's. This was lamb chop. This was lamb chop. It ain't got no bones. There's like maybe stuffing left in this one, but anyway, that's the closest thing I had. So I put it in the book. So it's my book. I cracked myself up. So I'm on page 68. And so far so good for the most part. I mean, her writing is easy to read. They're both. Is this gonna work? Oh my God, will this work? I mean, you're kind of tilted, but oh my God, okay, you're balancing my laptop. So the premise of this, they've both lost their spouses. So if you don't want to read that, not for you. And they're both broken. She moved away for like a little shy of a year, came back. He's in the same town, looking woolly and unkempt and crazy. And so they've met. Not the best way to meet, the way they met. And had a couple of interactions. She has a really unique best friend. And so yeah, 68 pages so far, so good. I don't hate anything. I just was bamboozled thinking this was a Black love romance, but it's not. It is very much white on white love. That time. So yeah, that's really it. I stopped so I can remember to make a thumbnail and a link for sprints tomorrow, which will have already passed once you see this, but Nigel, are you hiding? Are you hiding? Nini. Nini. Put him on. Nini. Put him on. She hot. Y'all, this book's sad as shit. I don't know why I thought. This is why you got to read not captions. synopsis is. I mean, it did say he's cruel, he's cold, he's damaged. But god damn, this shit is sad. Whoa. I'm on like page 106. My lord. It's a snapping turtle. It's not a snapping turtle. It's sad turtle. It is sad.
I fell asleep last night. I don't know what page I got to. 100 something, but I was hoping I could read more, and I didn't. But it's today is the last day at my shitty job. Woo! And probably it's like 7:45. It might be closer to 7:50. I'm not sure. I'm obviously still laying down. I don't want to get up. Nigel's right here. His butt is in my back. I'll get up soon.
Nigel is having lunch. So sorry. It is currently 12:31 and they sent me an exit survey. I tried to do it. The link doesn't work. Of course not. Also, I don't know if like other companies do this, but we have like these points things that like supervisors or other people can award you. I think of them as like Kohl's Cash, and you can redeem them for stuff. So I went to go cash mine out. Of course, I don't know why I didn't think of this. It had like a disclaimer saying like you will be taxed on this. Great. Third, I asked my manager about this a week ago. Have no, like, where am I sending this equipment back to? Quickly. So now I'm chatting with HR. That wasn't a helpful answer. I'm like, how do I return this equipment? I don't want it in my house anymore. Are you mama's baby? Yes. While I'm we're on the couch. I'm reading. And I've got my laptop here because I've got 2 hours and 10 minutes left. So I'm going to use it wisely. Well, my manager messaged me. It's 2:32 and he said, got any plans after work? And I was like, a bottle of Casamigos, got my name on it. And he said, well, you just finish up your email task and you can dip. All the best to you. And I'm like, thanks, bud. Aye. So I'm done. I am done. This job has caused me so much anguish and it feels surreal that it's over. But I am gonna log out and I will wait for them to send me my the boxes I can send back this laptop. What a cute look. Like this angle looks so cute. Purr. Sorry, I took a photo. Sayonara. Good riddance. So I don't think I've talked much about this book. Well, I only started reading it last night, so of course I haven't. But I'm trying to pop you up somewhere. Why do I look like this? I just be in the house looking crazy. That's why I don't vlog, because I be looking a mess. Hold on. So I told y'all last night they're both lost their spouses. So they're all broken. And it's been like a year. He's moved to this town. She had left town, but she's come back. And they're neighbors. And so he's very grouchy. And like everyone in this town thinks he's crazy and weird. And she is like, oh, I see something in his eyes. Basically. I won't tell you how they met, but like he has like a moment of vulnerability when they first meet. And then they keep bumping into each other because it's a small town and they're neighbors. And so I would say, I'm on page 200. So I have like 130 pages left. I'm definitely going to finish this today because I'm finished with work early, so I might as well. So I'm really enjoying this. I will say some of the lines are little cheesy, but still, I still really like it. I like the writing is very easy to read. Obviously now, if you know me, I love when a man, I love a daddy in a romance, but I also love when the child is not his. And she has a daughter. And they are just so cute together, him and the little girl. Oh, God. I ate that shit up. So I am loving that. And I really like her best friend because she's just a fucking mess. And they're just really sweet. And then, you know, they're just like trying to heal and slowly telling each other about what happened. No, they actually haven't talked about what happened, but they've just been talking about like how they dealt with it, what their lowest point has been, how they felt, you know, while also getting to know each other outside of their shared traumas. Because, you know, at first they were, I don't know if people consider this a trope, but I feel like I read it often, not often, but I've read it quite a bit in some fanfics that I've read, but it's when the sexual part might start earlier, but the emotional part comes afterwards, because they're first like doing it, but kind of like looking, basically like putting the face of their spouse on the other person, but obviously it's a romance, they're gonna end up together. They're starting to have actual feelings for the other person. So like I like a quick sexual burn, like they didn't have sex the first time they met, but like that happened before they were acknowledging feelings, and then we're having a slower emotional burn. So yeah, I still have 130 pages left. One person has said the L word. The other one's thinking it, but hasn't said it yet. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I don't have major complaints. You know, just a little bit of cheese. And obviously, this is not a rom-com. There are some funny moments, though, but this is a heavy hitter. So I'm going to keep reading. That's all I got. Yay! Oh my God, I just go to start this new chapter and her mom is here, who is a mess. And I'm just like, ugh. I just know she's coming up in here to stir up some mess. I just know it. Or no. Y'all, I need to go get pizza, but I can't. I have like, I don't know how many pages left. Maybe 30, maybe 20. And this just took some turns. Ooh! I finished that with like 4 minutes to spare what would be left of my normal work day of my last day. I think I need to process this for a little bit, because that was a lot. Huh, Mimi? Oh, he was asleep. I had fun last night. We're above the coffee brewing. In like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, I'm doing a crafternoon. Mara is joining me. I'm gonna be working on my book binding, and I think she'll be knitting, and then we'll just be chatting with people. So I made myself some waffles, and I've had some water, and I made a liquid IV. I did the wild berry, helping me with my little hangover I had from last night, and then I'm brewing this coffee. I was gonna eat all the beverages. This weather is it's so nice. I want to open a window. I might open my window in my room when I'm in there, because it's so cool. It's been like in the 70s and 80s all week, and now it's like 50 degrees outside. Oh, it feels so nice, and it's raining. Ooh! So after bookbinding, after crafternoon, I have no other plans except to get into bed or lay on the couch with a window open and read my last book for shut up! My last book for this vlog, which is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which I feel like is gonna be my favorite. And I don't feel like I've talked about the air he breathes. Damn it, it's in the room. But I did finish that one yesterday, and so again, I thought it was gonna be a black love romance. It was not. but I still really enjoyed it. Like, it was definitely a very like heavy emotional romance because they both lost their spouses and it's been a year, but obviously that's not a lot of time to lose your spouse. And so they're both have been dealing and are dealing with that in different ways when they find each other. And he is very closed off and very like, basically he says in the book, like, I died the day, you know, that I lost her. Oh, also warning, I forgot to mention, he also loses his son. So he had a wife and son and they both passed. So just so you know. And so he's basically like, I don't deserve to be alive. So he wants to put out this vibe of I'm a monster, leave me alone. And he moves to this town where she is from. And she had been gone with her mother. But now she's moved back to her house that she shared with her husband. So, you know, he's moved to a new location, but she had left. Now she came back. And they just keep running into each other because, of course, it's a small town and it's a romance book. So, of course, they do. Okay, okay. So, anyway, I think I mentioned this before, but they do have a quick sexual burn and a slower emotional burn. And then the last 100 pages, my lord, it was turned a very Lifetime movie. But I was eating it up because I was like, oh, like something I had suspected, and then it was like confirmed, and then there was something I was like, oh my god. So I could see people being like, okay, this last part just got a little wackadoodle, but I was on the ride. Okay, I was journeying. Look at that steam. You see it? So I really like this author's writing, very easy to read. And I did really like both characters. Like, I was invested in their romance, seeing them find love after heartbreak. Again, I loved him. His name, I already forgot everyone's name. I just read it yesterday. I'm so bad at everyone's name. His name was Tristan. Her name's Elizabeth or Lizzie. And so I love Tristan's relationship with her daughter, because she is a daughter who lived. I ate it up. He was so sweet, and they just had this great little relationship and nicknames for each other, and I fucking loved that. And I loved her best friend because she was a mess, and but also like an understanding mess, but also protective of her friend. And then you see a little bit of the family stuff with Elizabeth and her mom, and then a little bit with him and his parents. And we also get some flashbacks to like the day that it happened and them dealing with it, more so him than her. But overall, I thought it was a really good story. I think it's a solid 4-star, like a solid 4-star. It's not like I'm obsessed OTP level, but like a solid 4-star. I had a good time. I read it, I guess it was in 2 sittings, so rather quickly. I would have finished it the other night if I didn't fall asleep. And here's the thing that is different from Done and Dusted, which is I loved the setting, like, because Done and Dusted also a small town. I loved her friends and the family relationship in Done and Dusted, but the romantic relationship, I didn't feel that invested in. It didn't feel like a real chemistry to me. Versus this one, it did, so it was like all of the background stuff, the setting, the surrounding, the friends, the stuff. Plus, I also was invested in the romantic relationship. So, it did get a little cuckoo bananas at the end, but I was like, you know? And so I had a good time. So that is the best one I've read thus far. But I feel like Just for the Summer's gonna come in as the winner. I don't wanna hype it up too much. It's already hyped up in my head. I'm thinking I need it to be a 5-star. It's gotta be. So that's what I'll be reading later today after crafting. And then I will begin the task of editing this fucking vlog. It's like 8:30. I don't think I filmed much of today. Like, I did my craft afternoon and then I got into bed and I was reading. I took a break again. I went back to bookbinding. I had dinner, back in the bed, and it's already 8:30. Like, what? But I'm on page 156 of Just for the Summer, and it's great so far. So this one starts out very interesting. It starts with the "Am I the asshole?" Reddit post, and she reads it. Wait, her roommate reads it and tells her to read it, and then she ends up messaging the guy. So she's a travel nurse, and he lives in Minnesota. This is like in the same city that her other, like, Part of Your World books were taking place in. And anyway, they both are people who will date someone and then it doesn't work out, and then it seems like that person goes on to find their one. So like they'll be dating them, they break up amicably, and then the next thing you know is like, I found my person. So he said that in his Reddit post. Anyway, she is a travel nurse, so she goes to Minnesota, like, ha ha ha, maybe we should date and then we'll break up and we'll find our person. Since we both have this thing happen to us, it'll essentially cancel it out. That's kind of the setup. That is the setup. Anyway, I didn't update you earlier, and so far so good. I really like both characters. But they both have some family issues going on. He's got issues with his mom, and she's got issues with her mom. And so far, Nigel, I was like, oh, let me update because something just happened. Well, a part where they're talking, and I'm like, please just tell her. And he did. And so I'm like, okay, so far we don't have any miscommunication or like, I withheld a secret from you. That's going to be the third act breakup. But there's still time because this is a chonker. That's my only disclaimer about Abby Jimenez books. I feel like they could be a little bit shorter. Like, I still have loved the two I've read, but like a romance novel does not need to be 400 pages. And this is like right at 400 pages, and I'm at 150 something, so I don't know. I feel relatively awake right now, but I'm very comfortable. Oh fuck, I say that and I yawn, and I could get really sleepy and fall asleep, so I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this part, and it was just like one of them dealing with a family thing. It got my eyes was stinging a little bit. They was stinging a little bit. Okay, no context line. Emma had an aloofness to her, like she was just along for the ride, and the ride didn't mean much. At least not as much as it meant to me. And I don't know why, but I was like, thugs don't cry. The hero's name is Justin, and why is he? I just love him so much. Emotions. It's like 10:30, maybe. I'm on page 284, but I feel like I could finish this tonight. I just need me a little, this pillow all in the way. I just need me a little something sweet. Nigel, I might have to go make me a couple cookies. Okay, I want the cookies, but I have to get up. Boo boo. Ning ning. Okay, maybe I'll stay. Oh, you can stay. Stay right there. It's okay. It's okay. I know, Poo Poo. You can lay down, Poo Poo. Stay right there. Okay? I'll be back. Oh, embarrassing. Look, I'm never gonna be that one cookie having bitch. No. Like, oh, I just want one cookie for my sweet tooth. No, bitch. I need multiple. And I made 3. They're kind of large. I don't care. It's like 12:30, I think. I finished. I loved it. I loved it. I'm so tired though, and I have so many fucking clips to edit. But I finished all, well, I did DNF 1, but I finished the books for this vlog that I wanted to in 1 week, which is crazy for me. This is like the most I've read in, because I started on Monday. So the most I've read in 6 days in like a long time. I'm tired. I may do a recap tomorrow, and then I have to start editing it. Oh, Abby Jimenez. Auto buy. Auto read. Ah! As I'm going through the final edit of this video, I realized that I never told you how I felt about this book, and I'm gonna make this very quick because my computer is making me very nervous about this video because it's taking me so long to edit because of so many clips. Okay, so summary of all of the books in this video. I liked Done and Dusted, but the romance was not my favorite part of the story, and it's a romance novel, so I feel like it gets a 3. Would I read another one? Maybe, because maybe the other couples will be done better. But yeah, a decent amount of cringe in there, but loved the setting, the side characters, so that was great. Blackbird and whatever, absolute garbage. May rant about it separately. Don't want to dwell on it here. The Air, Heat, Breeze, love that. A very strong 4-star. I think 4.25 are gonna be whatever, because it did get a little lifetimey in the end. And but I still really enjoyed that one. I will read more from that author just for the summer. My arm hurts. Hold on. Abby Jimenez so far is 3 for 3 for me. 3 5-stars. Incredible. I always am anxious because hers are longer, they're 400 pages for romance, but it gives her time to really flesh out the characters and their relationships, and I just eat it up, and it flies by so fast. I loved both of these characters, especially the main character, Justin. Oh my god, sweet as can be, but then he still had his own flaws and his own issues he was working through, but so was she. And I also loved her best friend, and oh my god, I love the interconnection that it had to the first 2 books. When something happened, I was like, oh my god, now I realize how it's connected. Her books are so good. They just feel like real people, stories that are relatable, but also just so fucking sweet. Oh my god, I loved it so much. So I'm glad I saved that one for last because it was the best one, but at least I had 2 solid winners out of this 4. And again, Done and Dustin wasn't the absolute worst, but the romance was weak to me, and some of that was cringy. But Blackbird and whoever can kick rocks with no shoes on. Hated it. So have you read any of these? Are you going to read any of these? Because if you do, I would recommend the last 2. And if you have any other romance books that you think I would like, let me know. But thanks for watching. Stay hydrated, blessed, and Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. And hopefully you get to see this vlog. Please tell my computer to cooperate. Bye! Let me know. But thanks for watching. Stay hydrated, blessed, and Stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreen. And